YouTube, what is good? Welcome back to another video. Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all been turning up. Y'all been going crazy. Y'all been running the views up. Y'all been subscribing. Y'all been hitting the like button. I ain't even been giving y'all a like goal, but if I was, y'all would be killing it. So shout out to y'all for real, man. With that being said, I want to hop right into this video today, so make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss an upload. You don't want to miss out on any banger videos. We got a lot of content coming out, so let's go ahead and hop right into it. Today we're going to be ranking all of the Protune builds. Now, we're not going to do it all in one video. We're going to do it by position. Today we got the small forwards. We're going to put them on a tier list, and I'm just going to let you guys know how I feel about them. The way we're going to do it is I'm going to base my decisions based off of their stature, so like their height, weight, wingspan, what the build is supposed to be doing, so like their best skill, their attributes and badges all combined, and then last but not least, the fun and gameplay factor, whether the build is good enough to be used in multiple game modes and will it be fun. That's how we're going to be deciding where to put these builds. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. Up first, we got best skill, inside scoring. We're going to go through all the finishing, slashing builds first. We got the basket bandit. I'm not going to go over every attribute, but I will go over all the greens and majority of the yellows. But we got inspired by Julius Erving, height 6'8", 218, 7'4". For a small forward, I like the stature already so far. High level finisher, owns a plethora of dunks and layups around the rim. Nice ball skills for length, can hit open threes, opportune ball thief. So let's get into these attributes. We got 80 close shot, I like that for the finishing. Driving layup, 90, I really like that also. 96 driving dunk, man, that Hall of Fame posterizer. You're gonna be able to finish on this build, clearly. Like, that's what they're going for, this Julius Erving. I get it. On to the shooting, we got 68 mid-range and a 78 three ball. So you're not gonna be too much of a shooter. You could definitely knock it down, but it's gonna be harder. It's gonna be on the harder side of shooting. So I don't really know how I feel about that as far as gameplay, but it could definitely work. Playmaking, we got 78 pass accuracy. I'm just going to tell you guys now, anything above 71 pass accuracy, I'm going to agree with. I think that's really good, so I rock with it. Ball handle, you get an 80. I like that. You're going to get some good animations. You're going to be able to actually dribble the ball. 75 speed with ball, you get lightning launch on silver. I can dig it. I like the playmaking on this build. Going to make this build actually be able to drive to the rack and get a bucket. Defensively, 74 or the perimeter defense. It's a little low, but you get 73 steal to go with it, so I'm not too mad at that. And then 74 block. You get some decent defense on this build. It's not the best. You're a small forward, so if you're not guarding ball too hard, like you're not your main lockdown defender, I'm okay with this. Rebounding, you get a 60 defensive rebound. A lot of these builds you're going to be using in rec, so you're not going to need a high rebound on these builds. So I'm okay with that. You get rebound chaser at least. You can still use this build in the other game modes, so I'm not too mad at that. Speed, you get an 80. I like that for a 6'8 build, but you're still on a little bit of a slower side. Agility, you get a 72. To be 6'8, I'm not too sure I agree with that. Strength, you get a 75. I like that. Vertical, 85. So you got to have that if you want to be booming on people. You get some good badges. You get a lot of silvers, a lot of bronzes. Honestly, this build isn't terrible. You can definitely take this build to the ones court. It's going to be a little hard to shoot, but you can finish at a high rate. You can play twos with this build. You're going to be playing the one, of course. Going to be hard to shoot, like I said, but you can finish at a high rate. You can throw dimes. And then threes, you can play the one or the two, preferably the two. Going to work out pretty well. I like this build. If I was going to rank this build, I'm not going to lie, I would put this low-key. I'm going to put this in the fun section because it's got such a high driving dunk that you can definitely have fun on this build. But there's so many aspects of this build that are going to make it hard to use. So I'm just going to go with fun for this build. On to the next one, we got the highlight reel. Inspired by Dominique Wilkins, a poster dunk waiting to happen. Not a driving dunk this man cannot do. Well balanced across the board in all other areas. Stature, 6'9" height, 188 weight, 7'5" wingspan. I'm cool with all that. Let's get to the attributes. You're going to get 79 close shot. Okay. Driving layup, 85. Okay, I like that. 99 driving dunk. That's pretty high, bro. That's crazy. Well, that's not even pretty high. That's as high as you can go. It's extremely high. But you get 81 standing dunk. So finishing is not a problem on this build. Let's go to the shooting. 66 mid-range, 76 three-pointer. I don't really like that. I'm not gonna lie. To be 6'9", you got to be able to space the floor a little bit on this game, bro. And you can shoot with that three, but it's going to be very, very hard. So I'm not too sure how I feel about that. On to the playmaking. 75 pass accuracy. I like it. 75 ball handle. On a 6'9", not the best, not the worst. Speed with ball, 75. Lightning launch on silver. I like it. I'm cool with that. At least they gave you the speed with ball to go with a little bit of ball handle. So I'm cool with that. I like the playmaking on this build. Defensively, 60 interior defense. A lot of these builds look like they're going to be like 2s in the park. You could take it to the 1v1 court. You could take it to rec, of course, but they're just not that good. 74 perimeter, pretty low, bro. I feel like you got to have more perimeter than that. In steal, 60, you get something. I don't spam square, so I'm cool with that. You could definitely still use this build. 78 block, I do like that. That's pretty high. High flying denier on silver. At least you got a little something on defense. Rebounding, 60 defensive rebound. You get rebound chaser. I'm cool with that as long as you're not the main rebounder on this build. Physicals, you get 80 speed. I'm fine with that on a 6'9", agility 75. I can rock with that. Still a little slow. Wish it was a little bit quicker, but that's still cool, bro. That's not too bad. Strength 72. It's a little bit on the lower side for a 6'9", but you're not really trying to be too strong with this build. Vertical 90, of course, with 99 driving dunk. Why would you not? If I was going to rank this build, honestly, I would put the highlight reel in the fun section also, just because that's pretty much what you're going to be doing with this build. You're not getting a build with 99 driving dunk if you're not just trying to have fun. So I do think this is just a fun build. It can work in some areas and some game modes, but it's going to be hard to use this competitively. And also, this is just how I feel about these builds. I'm not telling you guys make these builds. I'm not saying that like you can't make these builds and be competitive, but in my opinion, this is how I feel about all of these builds. On to the next build, we got the pocket post inspired by Larry Johnson. A load to handle around the basket, high level post game, and strength for wing, diverse finisher, good playmaking. So inside scoring wise, this is a post player. So hopefully the badges and the attributes match what they're trying to go for. Stature 6'7", weight 241. I low-key don't like that already. Wingspan 7'1". You get 94 close shot. Okay, if you're playing in the post, you got to have that. 85 driving layup. I like that also. 73 driving dunk. Wish this could be a little bit higher, but you're not really trying to like drive and dunk on this build, so I get it. 81 standing dunk. That's okay. 95 post control. I like that a lot. On a 6'7", actually that 81 standing dunk with the 95 post control, that's really good, so I'm not mad at that. Onto the shooting. 87 mid-range, 75 three ball. That's actually pretty good. You're going to be able to shoot with this build. The threes will be a little bit harder, but you will be able to shoot from the mid-range, so I do like that. Playmaking, 78 pass accuracy. I rock with it, bro. I'm not mad at that at all. Ball handle, 77. Now, to be 6'7" and have a 77 ball handle, that is pretty low, especially with the 68 speed with ball. But if you're using this build as it's intended, I think this could be pretty good. So onto the defense. 70 interior defense, 45 perimeter. That's not okay. 60 steal, not okay. 74 block. This is like a small ball, like 3 in the park. You can play 2s with it. You just have to play this type of play style, and you could definitely take it to the rec, but that team's gonna have to play through this build, or else this build is going to be very, very like not useless, but it's going to be hard to use this build in the rec. You get 80 offensive rebounds, so you do get rebound chaser on silver. I'm cool with that. Now physicals, 75 speed, 73 agility. Not okay. Not on a 6'7", bro. Not okay. Strength 95. That's really good if you're gonna have a post player. Vertical 65. This player isn't jumping out the gym, so if you're trying to make like a post playing build, like that's what you want to do. You want to play out of the post. You want to have a 6'7", so you can move around the court a little bit better, get some better dribble moves, I guess. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm just gonna put it in the fun section. Fun does not mean the build is good. It just means like there's a specific demographic of people who can have fun on this build if they made it. Like, if they were trying to go for a post-playing wing, they could make this build, and if they play that way, they would have fun on it, aka Sim Nation. Now, I ain't even trying to be disrespectful, but they could. So I'm not mad at it. I wouldn't make it. But I could find it fun. And it's not a trash build. Y'all gonna realize, like, I don't think a lot of these builds are trash. There will probably be a trash one, but I don't think a lot of them are trash at all. Last in the inside scoring, we got the Steamroller, exceptional below the rim finisher who welcomes contact, strong as a brick house, nice ball skills, rim protecting abilities, inspired by Franz Wagner. I hope they did this build justice, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Height 6'9", weight 250, 7'4" wingspan. I'm cool with all that. I like that. Close shot, you get an 87. Okay, driving layup 97. So you're going to be finishing at the rim, definitely. Steamroller, like they said. If that's what you're going for, it'll work. No driving dunk, no standing dunk. I mean, you got high driving layup and high close shot. You should be fine. Finishing wise, post control 67. Just not enough for those two things. Mid-range 80. I don't know what, they need to update this. I don't know what Franz Wagner they've been watching, but 80 mid-range and 78 three-pointer is unacceptable, bro. You're going to be able to shoot the ball, still going to be pretty hard, but just not the best. 78 pass accuracy, I like that, of course. Ball handle 80, I'm cool with that. That's good, especially on a 6'9". Speed with ball 68, so you get lightning launch on bronze. It's okay, but what are you going to be handling the ball for with this build? Like, what are you going to be trying to do? Just driving layups? That's what I'm saying. It don't make too much sense. Defensively, you get 77 interior, 74 perimeter. I like that. Not a lot of defense, but you're 6'9", so take into account 74 is still kind of good. And then you still get 77 interior defense with a 7'4" wingspan. I like that. Then you pair 73 steal, 74 block with it. You get high flying denier and interceptor on silver. I like that. I'm cool with the defense on this build. Like, for a 6'9", I feel like that's not terrible. You still aren't using this as like a main rebounding build, so 60 defensive rebound. You get rebound chaser, you'll be able to grab them here and there. Physicals, you're going to get 73 speed, 71 agility, extremely slow. I'm not a fan of it. Strength 97. That's really good for what this build is trying to do, I guess, but vertical 60. I'm not going to lie, bro. This build is trash, bro. This build is trash. Do not make this build. Like, you gotta really want to play like this for this build to be any type of fun, and I still don't even think it would be fun. This build is trash. So we got our first trash build of the small forward Protune builds. That's crazy. On to the outside scoring. Up first, we got the Apex Shooter. I reviewed this build on my channel already. It's inspired by KD. Versatile player with an all-around scoring abilities. Premier mid-range game, high-level playmaker on the wing. Okay, I'll give him that. Good defender. Them last two sentences, they definitely capping. But stature 6'10", weight 200 pounds, wingspan 6'10". I like that a lot. Especially for KD, obviously. Let's get to the attributes. 84 close shot. I'm cool with that. He can play under the rim if he needs to. 75 driving layup. Should be a little bit higher, but you get 87 driving dunk, so I'm happy with that. Like, you're gonna be able to drive to the rack and get a bucket. You're gonna be able to finish at the rack with the 87. I like that a lot. Mid-range, you get 93 mid-range, 86 three-pointer, so set shot specialist, Hall of Fame, limitless range. Bro, shooting on this build won't be a problem, and it's a Kevin Durant build, so it shouldn't be a problem anyways. Pass accuracy, you get an 85, so you get gold dimer on this build. That is insanity, bro. KD should not have 85 pass accuracy, but that is fire. And remember, I'm not ranking these builds based off them being the player. I'm ranking them being based off if you can use them and they be really good competitively, have fun, or like just really good builds that you can make and have fun with and, you know, actually compete with. 75 ball handle, I think that's a little low. But if you cap broke that up, you could definitely make something shake. 70 speed with ball. I like that. You get freaking lightning launch. I would probably try to cap break that more than anything. And also, if you make these builds, you get all their animations, so you don't have to worry too much about some of the attributes, but you're going to want some of these attributes to be higher, of course. So I do like the playmaking on this build. Interior, you get 68. It is what it is. 82 perimeter defense. You're 6'10". That's another thing I'm forgetting, bro, with the playmaking. You get 75 ball handle, 70 speed with ball, and you're 6'10". That's really good. 82 perimeter defense on a 6'10", also fire. 73 speed to pair with that. I love it. 60 block. Wish it had high flying denier, but it is what it is. You're going to get 60 offensive rebound, 70 defensive rebound. So you get box out beast on silver. You're going to get rebound chaser. You can kind of use this build as a small ball 3 in the 3s court. You could definitely use it on the 2s as the 1 or the 2. Going to be a little bit harder to rebound. You can take it to the 1s. You can definitely take it to the rec. This build is fire so far. Physicals, you get 80 speed, 75 agility. I like that because you're faster as a 6'10" with the 80 speed. Agility 75 is a little bit slower, but you're still 6'10". I feel like that's pretty high. Strength 73, I'm cool with that. You're gonna get strong handle gold. You still get brick wall. You get a lot of things with 73 strength and movable enforcer, and then 75 vertical, so you do get some contact dunks. Bro, listen, this build, if you are trying to make a Protune build, especially a forward, this is the perfect build, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is the perfect build. We're gonna go ahead and put this build in the elite section. If you're going to make a Protune build, this needs to be one of the first builds you look at. On to the next one. We got the spacing dynamo, Paul George build, a floor spacing slasher, nice 3-ball to keep defenses honest, multi-dimensional finisher, solid defender, stature 6'7" height, 190 pounds, 6'9" wingspan. I like that. I like that. So you're gonna get 88 driving layup and 93 driving dunk. The build can finish, bro. You can definitely drive to the rack and finish. I like both of those a lot. Onto the shooting, you're gonna get 77 mid-range, but you get the 87 3-ball to pair with it, so you still get set shot specialist silver and a high 3-ball. You'll be able to knock them down. I like that a lot. Pass accuracy, you get 78. Wonderful, more than enough. Ball handle 81. I do like that. I wish it could be a little bit higher, but you still get some good animations with that. Speed with ball, you get 75, so you're going to get lightning launch on silver. That's fire. Max or tier 1 max +1, that lightning launch in this build going to be moving around like crazy. But the B67 is a little low, but you still get something. Onto the defense, you're going to get 74 perimeter. I wish these were higher, but you get 73 steal to pair with that, so you get interceptor on silver, and then you get 74 blocks, so you get high flying denier and some good blocking animations. The defense isn't the best, but it's not terrible. Also, you still get defensive badges to help you out a little bit. Rebounding, you get a 60 defensive rebound, so you do get rebound chaser. Physicals, you're going to get an 80 speed on a 6'7". This kind of needs to be faster, but they're trying to make Paul George, so they made it slow. I get it, but it's still usable. Agility 71, unacceptable, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that's unacceptable. Strength 60 on a 6'7", I don't really like that. And then vertical 80, of course, to go with the driving dunk. I'm cool with that. You get some good badges. This build, honestly, this is a very good build. You can make this build and play with it. It's just not elite. Like, there's a lot of holes on this build that I feel like is gonna hold this build back just a little bit. Last but not least, we got the wing sniper, inspired by Klay Thompson. Prolific shooting wing, mid-range touch is not matched by many. Solid handles and finishing capabilities, respectable defender. Okay, height 6'6", weight 200 pounds, wingspan 6'7". Now Klay Thompson is your typical 2 guard or 4, like 3. He's a 2 or 3. You can use him in both spots. So let's get to the attributes. 84 close shot. I don't know why they would give him that, but I'm okay with it. Driving layup 75, I'm cool with that also, because what they're trying to do, that's what I'm taking into account, is what you're trying to do with this build. You're building a wing sniper, so it's a Klay Thompson. You're going to be on the wing shooting, so if you use this build like that, this build should be really good. Driving dunk 73, you still get something. You get some animations. If you're open enough, you're going to dunk the ball. On to the shooting, 98 mid-range. Set shot specialist on legend, I love it. 93 3-pointer, gold limitless. Hall of Fame Deadeye, Hall of Fame shifty shooter. Bro, that is fire. That's wonderful. Like, if you're using this build the right way, this build is going to be crazy. Playmaking, you're going to get 75 or 78 pass accuracy. Wonderful. 80 ball handle. Now, I get that's not a lot for a 6'6", but for what this build is supposed to be doing, 80 ball handle is a lot. So I do like that. Speed with ball 75. Like, you get some good handling animations. and lightning launch on silver with 98 mid-range and 93 three-pointer, bro, you will be fine. Defensively, 35 interior defense, don't like that. Perimeter defense, 74, don't really like that either. Steal, 67. They said respectable defender, bro. This is not a respectable defender. Block, 25. The defense on this build is atrocious, bro. This must be Mavericks Klay Thompson. Defensive rebound, you get a 60. You're definitely still going to be able to use this build as a Klay Thompson. If you use it that way, it's going to be really good. Physicals, you get 79 speed, unacceptable. Agility, 76, unacceptable. Strength, 40. Vertical, 65. It's just, they're trying to make Klay Thompson, so I get it, but there's a bunch of things on this build that need fixing, so I don't really like that. We're going to take this build, and I will say, I'm not going to lie, this build can be, I'm going to go very good. It's slightly above fun. It can be very good in the right hands. This build can be a demon, bro. That is all for the outside scoring. Let's go to the playmaking. Archetype first, we got the dealer, lengthy playmaker at the wing position, pinpoint dimer, transition juggernaut on both ends of the court. Inspired by Ben Simmons, height 6'10", weight 215, 7'6" wingspan. I like that a lot so far. You're going to get 75 driving layup, 89 driving dunk, 81 standing dunk, 79 post control. Really, really good for finishing, bro. You're going to be able to finish with no problem, especially as a 6'10". Then you get 80 mid-range, which is crazy because Ben Simmons is not shooting the ball. But you get 75 three-pointers, so shooting the ball is going to be hard, but you will be able to do it. Onto the playmaking, you get 92 pass accuracy. I like that a lot, bro. That is fire. Ball handle, 75. On a 6'10", it's still pretty good. Speed with ball, 68. You get lightning launch. Not the best ball handle and speed with ball, but not the worst. Defensively, you get 70 interior, 71 perimeter. Steal, 73 and 84 block. Now on a 6'10", these aren't terrible attributes. 71 is pretty low. Interior defense is pretty low, but you get 84 block to go with everything. So I do like the defense on this build. Rebounding, you're gonna get 60 offensive, 80 defensive. You're gonna be able to rebound the ball, bro. You get rebound chaser on silver, box out beast on silver. Everything you need to rebound the ball, you're gonna get. Physicals on a 6'10", you're gonna get 75 speed. It's below average where I would like it to be. Agility, 71. I don't like that. Strength, 79 is pretty good. It's not the best, but it's still pretty good. And 78 vertical, so you will be able to boom on people. I don't hate this build, but I feel like it's very versatile. Like, this build is going to be very good for 6'10". So I'm not going to lie, I would take this build. I'm going to say very good because it can do everything on the court, bro. And if you're really good at this game and you learn how to use this build, I feel like this build will be a problem. On to the next build, we got the Magician. Inspired by Grant Hill, multi-dimensional playmaker from the wing position, great handles for size, can hit threes and finish above or below the rim. Stature, 6'6", 190, 7'2" wingspan. Let's get into the attributes. We get 80 driving layup, 87 driving dunk. I like that for a 6'6" build, especially if it's supposed to be Grant Hill and it can handle the ball. This is going to be wonderful. As far as finishing, shooting, you're going to get 73 mid-range. I don't agree with, but you get 83 three-pointers, so you will be able to shoot the ball. Won't be the easiest, but you're going to be more of a spot-up shooter. You're not going to be creating too much off your own, getting a three all the time. You're going to be looking more so to slash and dime or catch and shoot, or maybe hit a off-the-dribble three here and there. Onto the playmaking, 89 pass accuracy. So this is like a point forward right here. You're going to get 93 ball handle, 86 speed with ball. Bro, this is wonderful for 6'6", especially a forward. You play with this build and you can use it as your one. You can handle the ball, you can shoot it, you can finish it. I like this a lot. Onto the defense, 74 perimeter defense. I'm cool with that. I'm not too happy with it though. Wish it to be a little bit higher. 73 speed or 73 steal. I like that because you're going to get interceptor on silver. And then 80 block. You're going to get high flying denier on silver, bro. So they kind of made up for the flaws in this build defensively with giving it a high block. Onto the rebounding, 60 defensive rebound. You get rebound chaser. This isn't your your main rebounding build on any lineup. But if you're taking this to the ones, you can use it. If you're taking it to the twos, you can use this build. If you're taking it to the threes, this build is going to be wonderful. And then of course you could take it to the 5s if you can use it in every other game mode. Physicals, you get 81 speed, 80 agility. It's a little bit slower for a 6'6", but it's a methodical build. If you know how to use it correctly, it's going to work out perfectly fine. 68 strength, not too happy with, but not too mad. Wish it could be a little bit higher, but you get 75 vertical to make sure you get some contact dunks with this build. I like that a lot. This build is fire. I'm not going to lie, this is an elite build. Now you may say, oh, how can you say that's elite with that little bit of defense? The defense goes hand in hand with each other. You're not also using this build to be boxing up the primary scorer on the other team. So for what this build can do on all or both sides of the ball and through all levels of the game, the build is really, really good. So I like this build a lot. And last but not least, in the playmaking section, we got the transition maestro, inspired by Rick Barry. The definition of a point forward, really good handles and exceptional passing abilities, hits shots from all levels. All 3 levels, respectable defender, stature 6'7", weight 188, wingspan 6'10". Let's get into the attributes. You're going to get 80 driving layup, 80 driving dunk. So you're going to be able to finish the ball, especially if this ball has good ball handle. Those are good enough to be able to finish at the rack. Shooting, you're going to get a 75 mid-range, 85 three-pointer. So they kind of took the Grant Hill and upped it just a little bit while losing a bit of the finishing. You get a higher 3-ball, you're going to be able to knock it down. You're going to be able to knock down the mid-range. I like the shooting on this build. Pass accuracy, you get a 97. Bro, this is another point forward, bro. These point forwards are crazy on this game. Like, they're really good. I think they're sleeper builds. A lot of people should look into making these point forwards, especially if they're going to play like actual team basketball. Ball handle, you get a 90. I like that. That's really freaking high. On a 6'7", I love the 90 ball handle. I'm happy with that. Speed with ball, you get a 75. Not the fastest, but 75, you still get lightning launch on silver. So I'm happy with that, bro. I'm not mad at that. You get lightning launch. Tier 1, max +1, that up to gold. This build is going to be moving pretty good. Defensively, you get 74 perimeter defense, 73 steal, 74 block. You're going to get all the defensive badges on bronze, so you at least have something. Once again, this is not your primary defender. This is just a quote-unquote respectable defender. 60 defensive rebound, you get rebound chaser. It's going to be a recurring theme on all these builds. Once again, it's not your primary rebounder, so you don't need to worry about rebound too much. You can still use this build in every game mode. Speed, you get an 80. I think that's pretty slow. Should it be a little bit higher? Yes. But if you're playing slow ball, you're not moving too fast, you're not trying to get all around the court, I like the 80 speed. Agility 73, that's way too low. This needs to be at least about 76 and up. Strength 73, you get immovable enforcer, you get gold strong handle. I like that a lot. Going to help this build out a lot for what it's able to do. So I'm cool with that. 67 vertical. This is fine, bro. I think this build is pretty good. I'm not going to say... Honestly, bro, anybody can get on the game with this build and make it work. So I can't say this build. If I'm going to put the Magician in Elite, I have to put this build in Elite also. Listen, I'm not saying that like these are the best builds ever, but these are really good builds that can definitely be used. And that's why they're going into the elite section, because they're not flawed in too many areas. So I'm fine with this. That is all for the playmaking. Let's go to the defense. Now, these are going to be like your 3-and-Ds. So I know what they're trying to do with these builds. And as long as they pass that test and you're trying to like make this build for these reasons, they will get rated pretty good. The build is the Shadow, inspired by Shane Battier. Athletic 3-and-D wing. Premier defensive skills, a blanket both on and off the ball, nice length, crashes the offensive glass effectively, stature 6'6", weight 223, wingspan 7'2". Let's get into the attributes. Not much finishing. You get 73 driving dunk, 72, but you're not really looking to finish at the rack with this build anyways, so I'm okay with that. Shooting, you get a 73 mid-range, 83 three-pointer. You will be able to shoot the ball, but it's going to be hard. You got to be really a pretty good shooter on this game to make this work. Playmaking, 65 pass accuracy is unacceptable. Ball handle 73, that's okay. Speed with ball 75 is cool. I don't understand why I give this build 75 speed with ball, but not a higher ball handle. It's Shane Battier, I get it, but still, it just doesn't work for this build. Now, defensively, no interior, but you get 95 perimeter, so you're going to get Hall of Fame defensive badges and 94 steal, you get Hall of Fame interceptor, and then you get gold glove. The build defensively is not going to be a problem. Like, that's what this build is for. It's for you to play defense. I like the build a lot defensively. You can still shoot the ball, but that's all you're going to be able to do. So it's going to make this build a little bit harder to use unless you're playing mainly defense, space the floor. 80 offensive rebound. I'm kind of cool with that. I like that because if you're playing in like Park and this is your 2, this build is going to be able to go grab a board. You can't really take this to the 1s, and you can kind of use this in the 2s, but you're going to have a big that's your scoring. Like, your big has to be the first scoring option if you're going to use this on the 2s court. You can definitely take this to 5s though. Like, this build will be perfect in 5s. Physicals, you get 89 speed, 85 agility. Wonderful. You're a lockdown 3-and-D wing. You need high speed, high agility. Strength to go with it, also 85. You're going to get the immovable enforcer. I like that a lot. It's a really good 3-and-D build. I will put this build in the very good section. If you make this build just because you're trying to make a lockdown and you're trying to play this style, this build is going to be wonderful. Like, it's going to work out really well. On to the next build, we got the Sniper Sentinel. Prototype 3-and-D wing, locks up opposing players and bangs 3s from the other end at a very high level. Inspired by Michael Cooper. Height 6'6", weight 218, wingspan 6'7". You get a little bit of finishing, 75 driving layup, 73 driving dunk, but once again, it's a 3-and-D, so you're not looking to be driving to the rack anyways. You just want to have a little bit of finishing. Shooting wise, you get 83 mid-range, 93 three-pointer. Now, when I look for a 3-and-D wing, that's what I'm looking for. High 3-ball, high mid-range, can knock them down with no problem. Going to make guarding you very, very like important. You're going to have to guard this build for sure. Playmaking, you get 78 pass accuracy. I like it. Ball handle 77, speed with ball 75. To be a 3-and-D wing, I love that. I get this build is 6'6", but to be 3-and-D, you get some ball handle, you get some speed with ball. This is perfect right here. Defensively, no rebound or no interior defense, but you get 92 perimeter defense, which I think is the perfect spot for perimeter defense, just because after 92, it kind of feels useless. Steal 91, same thing. After 91, it kind of feels useless, but of course, you want to have them as high as possible. I like both of these a lot. It's really good. No block, but you're a guard. Like, you're going to be guarding guards. Yes, you're a small forward, but your job is to guard guards with this build. So you don't really need blocking. You don't really need interior. This is more so of 3s and 5s. You could try to use it in the 1v1s. You could try to use it on the 2s, but once again, on the 2s, you're going to have a big that's a scoring option. Defensive rebound 60. That's okay. Not too bad. Physicals, 81 speed, 80 agility. Now that's a little disappointing for this to be a 3-and-D wing because you want to be faster than most. So I don't really like that, but 85 strength is wonderful for a 3-and-D. So I do like that. I will say this build is a very good build, bro. 3-and-D wise, this is a wonderful build. Last but not least, we got the Sticky Fingers build. And this build is inspired by Ron Artest, a wing stopper, peerless ball thievery, incredible length, strengths, passing zones, versatile enough to guard several positions, okay, in capital letters, offensively. Now, stature 6'7", weight 224, wingspan 7'3". Let's get into the attributes. Not much finishing. You're not looking to finish too much. It's supposed to be like a wing stopper. A build that's not looking to score too much. You get 75 driving layup, 73 driving dunk. It's just not good enough. Shooting wise, you get 68 mid-range, 78 three-pointer. Bro, if you're trying to make a build on this game that can be used all over, that's just not enough, man. On to the playmaking, you get 71 pass accuracy. That's just enough. Ball handle 67, speed with ball 68. I don't like that, bro. I do not like that. On to the defense, you get 64 interior, 92 perimeter. I'm happy with that. 99 steal is ridiculous, bro. Legend glove and interceptor. That is insane. Going to be very annoying. Block 47. It is what it is. Once again, this isn't your main rebounder, so you're going to get 60 rebound on this build. Physicals, you're going to get 79 speed, 80 agility. That's just not quick enough. You get good agility, but you're just not that fast on a 6'7". Strength 85, I'm cool with that. The attributes on this build are okay, but this build just isn't something you're going to make to use competitively. And with that being said, this build would just be, you know what? I got to go trash. Hear me out. I wanted to say fun because it would be annoying with 99 steel. Like someone who made that, you're doing it for fun. But everything else on this build is garbage. So I had to say this build is trash, bro. That is all for the defense. Let's go to the rebounding. We got the Crasher, inspired by Sean Marion. And this build, stature 6'9", 225, 7'4" wingspan, rebound hunting wing, so you're looking to grab boards with this build. Grabs boards and pushes the break. Nice passer, solid all-around finisher, lengthy defender. Okay, let's go to the attributes. You get some good finishing, 84 close shot, 85 driving layup, 87 driving dunk. That's good. You're going to be able to finish the ball. Shooting, 68 mid-range, 78 three-pointer. I'm not happy with that. That's just, you get 78 three-pointer, but it's still going to be hard to shoot the ball with this build. So I don't really like that too much, but you're not looking to be shooting the ball with this build, clearly. Playmaking, 87 pass accuracy. That's really high. I like that a lot. Ball handle, 77 on a 6'9". I mean, as a 6'9", this isn't too bad. Speed with the ball, 68. I kind of like it. You're really going to be using this as like a small ball build. It's going to be like a Draymond Green type of build. Defensively, 67 interior, 62 perimeter, 67 steal, unacceptable. I get your 6'9". This is like your small ball center for real. Like you're really trying to be a center with this build if you make this, because you got none of the things that you would want on a 6'9" to make it more versatile. I don't like it. 78 block, cool. Rebounding, you're gonna get 80 offensive rebound, 92 defensive rebound. Once again, you made this build to catch lobs, drive to the rack, throw dimes, and get boards, bro. So it's just, I don't know how I feel too much about it. Speed 74, no siree. 70 agility, no siree. Strength 84, I like it. Vertical 77, I like it. This build is good. You can definitely use this build, but you've got to like really be wanting this build to be played and have these attributes and not care about the bad stuff on this build for it to be any good. And with that being said, I can't say this build is trash, but it could be fun. Like as a small ball center, this build could definitely be fun. You can handle the ball a little bit. You can throw dimes. You're going to be able to shoot if you're really good on this game, and finishing is going to be really good. And you're going to be able to grab boards at a high rate. So I do like that. Last but not least, we got the balanced archetypes. Archetype, multifaceted star, inspired by Jason Tatum. Stature 6'9", weight 185, 7-foot wingspan. These are going to be your all-around builds. Hopefully these are really good. I think I've reviewed this build, so I do know about it. This build is pretty good, but we're going to go over it again. Well-balanced wing with no weaknesses. Diverse finisher. Hits threes at a decent clip. Ability to guard multiple positions. Protects the rim. So let's get into the attributes. You get a lot of finishing. 87 close shot, 90 driving layup, 87 driving dunk, 81 standing dunk, 87 post control. I like that a lot. Finishing will not be a problem on this build. Shooting, 73 mid-range, 83 three-pointer. All right, it's okay. You're going to be able to shoot the ball. I don't know who they were making. They had to be making Olympic Jason Tatum, because ain't no way this build only got freaking 83 three-pointer and 73 mid-range. There's just no way, bro. Playmaking, you're only at 78 pass accuracy. I'm cool with that. 80 ball handle, I do. Still really good. Lightning launch on silver. That's cool. Interior defense, you get 70 interior, 74 perimeter. It's a little low, but you're 6'9", so I do like it. Steal 73, that's cool. Going to help out with the defense. Block 84, I like that a lot. You're going to be able to block some shots. Going to be a pretty like paint protecting 6'9". Rebounding wise, you're going to get 60 defensive rebound. Now, if this is your like secondary ball handler, secondary scorer in the threes, I can understand it. You're not really trying to grab boards with this build in the fives. You can use this on the twos, definitely as the one, not too much as the two. unless your one guard has rebounding, but you can take it to the ones for sure. Like, you're going to be able to use this build in the ones. Physicals wise, 75 speed is unacceptable. 71 agility, unacceptable. I get your 6'9", but that's just not, that's too low, bro. Strength 75 I like, and vertical 75 I like. Now, I get the physicals are not that good, but this is still a really good build. You're going to be able to do a lot of things with this build. You can make this build and definitely use it competitively, and you can play it with it and have fun. So this build ain't bad. I'm going to have to take this build, and I would say this build is, I'm going to say elite, bro. Anybody can make this build and have fun with this build and be able to use this build. So I do like that, especially for it being a Protune build. Let's get to the next one. We got the old school wing. Inspired by James Worthy, stature 6'10", weight 233, wingspan 7'3", throwback post scoring wing, owns a plethora of moves near the rim, tough guard for a wing due to size and versatility, solid defender. So you're going to be playing out the post with this build. Let's get into the attributes. 92 close shot, I love it already. Driving layup 80, I like it. Driving dunk 73, it's okay, not the best at all, really pretty low, but you're 6'10" and you're getting standing dunk and post control on 96. So you're going to be playing out the post with this build clearly. Like, it's going to be a problem out of the post. Shooting 87 mid-range, I like that, pretty high, especially with the high post control. You're going to get that post fade phenom, I dig it. 73 three-pointer. Now this is an old school wing, so you're not really looking to be shooting threes on this build, but you get a little bit of something. If you're really good, you might be able to knock it down with the right takeover, boosting your three-pointer. You're going to be able to build it up and knock some threes down. So I'm cool with that. Playmaking, you get 75 pass accuracy. I'm cool with it. I like it. 73 ball handle on a 6'10". It's, for this build, it's all right, but it's just not that good. Speed with ball 68. You get lightning launch. I like that on the 6'10". Defensively, 60 interior, 73 perimeter. You get something. You're 6'10", bro, so I can dig that. 60 steal. Okay, I don't spam square, so I would like it. I don't know how some of you feel about that, but block 74. You'll get to block some shots. You're 6'10". I do like that. Rebounding, you get 60 defensive rebounds. So this build is not a primary rebounder, so if you're trying to use it on the twos, you're going to have to play the one with this build. Playing out of the post being annoying. You can take it to the 1v1 court, of course. You can play threes with this build, using it as the 2, not really as the 3. You can use it as a 3, but getting rebounds is going to be hard. And then 5s, you could take this build in there, but this build is going to have the offense ran around it, so I don't really like it for the 5s. Physicals, you get 70 speed on a 6'10". It's just really slow. 71 agility, like I said, it's just really slow. Strength 79, pretty strong. I wish it was higher, especially for this being a post scoring wing. And then vertical 65, I understand. I think this build is good. I think it can definitely be used, but it's not a build you're going to make and be using to win games, and it's going to be hard to use it in multiple game modes. So I will just say this build will be fun for the right demographic of people. Post scorers, people who want to play out the post, it'll be really good for them. Let's get into the last build. Last but not least, we got the point forward. I reviewed this build on my channel also. You guys go check that video out. I know this build is fire, so we're just going to go ahead and go over it. Inspired by Lamar Odom, stature 6'9", weight 185, wingspan 7 foot. Dynamic playmaker with a versatile skill set, combines the size of a forward with skills of a guard, creates shots for himself and others, dependable defender. So finishing wise, you get 79 close shot, 80 driving layup, 87 driving dunk. Point forward, you're going to be able to finish at the rack. I like it. Shooting, you get 89 3 or mid-range, 83 three-pointer. Set shot specialist on gold is what I always try to go for, so I like that a lot. You're going to be able to knock some shots down with this build. You get limitless range. Shooting and finishing wise, this build is fire. On to the playmaking. 85 pass accuracy, so you get gold, dimer, versatile, visionary, and bailout. I love it. Ball handle on a 6'9", 80. Mwah. Gotta have it, bro. That's beautiful. Speed with ball 75, silver lightning launch on a 6'9". I'm telling you, this is fire, bro. And then defensively, you get 70 interior, 85 perimeter defense, fire. On a 6'9", you're gonna be boxing. Steal 73, I like that to go with the 85 perimeter. 74 block, you get high flying denier. all you need is 68 really, but this is going to help out a lot. Rebounding, you get 74 offensive rebound. You will get rebound chaser, but you're not the primary rebounder. You're the ball handler. You're the guy creating buckets. Like, that's what this build is, but you can grab a board here and there if you need to. Physicals, you get 80 speed, 79 agility. On a 6'9", you're not too slow. You're not too fast. I like it where it is. Strength, 71. Now, this is a playmaker, like a point forward, so you're not going to be super strong. 71 is cool. It is what it is. Vertical 75, so you will get some contact dunks with this build. Listen, this build is fire. This is honestly, outside of the KD build and I would say the Paul George build and the Klay Thompson build, this is probably my favorite. This is an elite build. You get on this game, you make this build, you get used to this build, you can use it in every single game mode, and you're going to be a problem with this build in every single game mode. Probably one of the best Protune builds on this game. That is all I got for you guys today. That's all the small forward Protune builds. These builds are fire. You guys let me know in the comment section how you feel about my ranking of these builds and my tier list of these builds. Is it fire or is it trash? What would you change? How do you feel about some of these builds? And if you have some of these builds, let me know in the comment section how they work for you. I think these builds are fire. We got some trash ones. We got some really good ones. But 2K is doing their thing with these Protune builds. For people who don't like to go in the builder, these builds are almost perfect. So I do like that. You can go in here and make a build without having to mess around in the builder too much. That's all I got for you guys today. If you made it this far, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications. This video took a lot of time, and I just hope you enjoy it. We're going to go through every other position in their own videos also, so be on the lookout for that. That's all I got for you guys today. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.